blanked out.
I know. Hey, chicas. Welcome back to another episode of It's for the Chicas. I'm Anaí.
And I'm Giselle, and this is episode 18.
Yay. So for today's episode, we did bring a guest.
Before we start, I wanted to mention when I told Anaí we were bringing this guest on, she was like, oh my God, she's famous.
I was like, oh my gosh, she's so famous.
But we did bring on the famous Whydott.
And everybody knows who Whydott is.
But how are you today?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
How's your
You look
family?
so pretty.
I know. You look so pretty. I literally told her when she walked in, I was like, you look like you have a filter on. Like, her makeup looks so good.
Thank you.
How's your family?
We're doing good.
Yes.
I have 3 kids now, so
I know. How's it been like adjusting to that?
it's still adjusting.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm still adjusting. As soon as like I feel like I'm getting the hang of something, like something else happens and then I gotta change that up, and then it's just the wave of life.
I know.
How's the baby girl?
Oh, she's so good. She's so smart. She stands. I'm still breastfeeding her. We're letting her hair grow now. So
Talking to the mic a little.
We like shaved her about 7 times.
I saw that on your Instagram. Yeah.
She finally said, I'm done with this shit. So I was taking her a bath one day, and then as soon as I'm about to shave her, she's like, no, stop. And so I was just like, you know what? This is the last time. And she's good now, yeah.
Has her hair, do you feel like it did help get it thicker?
Yes. Yeah. It's really, it's full now for sure. She had like gaps like in the front and like in the back. So.
Yeah. Was she born with a lot of hair or no? Yeah.
She was my first baby with hair. My 2 boys did not have hair like at all.
Really?
Does she have your natural hair color?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like ashy, like blondish almost. I don't know. Like shines in the sun. Yeah.
That's cool.
She's really cute.
How do the boys?
She is so cute. Her eye color.
Yeah, it changed. It was like grayish, bluish, and now it's like hazel almost.
Yeah.
Okay. How are the boys adjusting?
They love her. They're doing really good. It took Benji a little while though, because that was my baby. Yeah. And now he's a middle child, and he knows. He's like, I'm middle child. And I'm like, yeah, but that's cool. I'm a middle child too.
I'm a middle child too.
Yeah. So we're cool. So it took him a while. I think he's still adjusting, but he's so much better now because now she does things. At first, he was just like, she's boring. She doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Like my daughter, she'll ask for a little sister. And I'm like, dude, like she's like, so she could play like tea parties and stuff with me, and she could play with my Barbies. And I'm like, she's not gonna come out like just sitting down, dude. Like, I was like, she's gonna do nothing for a while.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Robbie says he doesn't want a sister because they like Barbies in pink. Ill.
Oh my God, he wants a brother though.
He wants a brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Do you feel like there's a difference between like being a mom to boys and being a mom to girls?
Yes, I know for sure she brings out more of like my feminine side, and my boys, I was just like a little bit more like masculine energy, tomboyish. I feel like I gotta like be a little bit more feminine because I'm always like, boys are farting or something, and I'm just like, whatever. And then she's gonna be like that later, like, look at my fart or something.
No, literally, because like my husband and my Lynn, they like to fart in front of each other, like because he does it to her, so she'll do it to him. And I'm like, you need to stop because when she goes to school, she's gonna think it's like something silly. I was like, but it's just like kids are mean, like they're gonna be like, ew, like you farted.
Yes, so I feel like she does bring out like the feminine side. Yeah, the feminine side.
Do you love buying her clothes?
Yes.
It's so much cuter than boy clothes.
And then her little head wraps with a little knot
with the bows and everything.
They're so cute.
We're not bow girls. I tried it and I just feel like it's just not for us.
The bows?
Yeah.
You like the knots?
Yeah, I like the knots. Yeah.
I feel like that's more your style. Like more like, like yeah.
Instead of like big old bows. I did try it though, but I was just like, I don't know, I'm not feeling it. So we kept the knots.
Everybody's different.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Speaking about him and I jumping into home birth, we saw that you talked about this much more with Evelyn and Rolly. So we got a lot of details from that. One thing I want to say, like, I thought it was crazy, the price, because with insurance at a hospital, you pay way more.
Yeah.
Like
a lot more.
25,000 sometimes even more. Just depends.
More, especially us, because like we're C-section moms. So
I literally thought you were gonna say like $50,000.
No,
I did.
It's
for
more
home
affordable
birth
to not like even at the hospital, like it's even cheaper if you choose not to do epidural and all that stuff. Like if you choose to just do natural, it's cheaper. You're basically just paying for the room and the nurses and the doctor.
Well, I thought you pay for everything, like the Band-Aids, the sticks, everything.
At the hospital?
Yeah, you pay for everything.
You do, but it's if you don't get like the epidural, like it's a way
big
cheaper
price range.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, give me all the drugs. I don't want to feel nothing.
It's cool that way too. You know, I did it with my first one. I did it with Benji, my second child, and with her, I was just like, I know this is gonna be my last baby for sure. Let me try it differently. And I think also I was in a different headspace. Like my mindset was different. Yeah. So I was like, I can do it.
That's what I was gonna ask you. What do you feel like was different about this pregnancy that you decided to choose this route?
So Jimena was not really planned. She was like an oopsie baby. So I was just like, oh fuck, like now I have control to educate myself on this because I was just different, you know, like I loved my body so much. I loved how like everything that I was going through. So I was like, okay, now I got to make sure what's really going into my body. So I did my research. I still went back to like the same OB-GYN that I used to go to, but my doctor wasn't there. So that was already like, oh, fuck, another person looking at my vagina. Great. Like, I did not want to do that. It just feels so uncomfortable for me. It always has, but I just thought like, oh, well, you know, my mom did that. Like, everyone does that. Everybody goes to the doctor and to the hospital to have your baby. So every time I would go, I think I went like 2 or 3 times. And I just felt like that negative energy. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I here forever? Like, I should not have to be here forever. Yeah. Like, my appointment is at this time. And, like, it's okay to be seen, like, 15 minutes later. Like, that's okay. You're waiting longer. But when it's, like, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck are you doing? Why am I scheduled at this time? Like, I could just come back later, you know? Yeah.
And not to cut you off, but like that you just mentioned that. My mom literally went to the doctor the other day and she's like, I don't understand why they make appointments at 10. And if you don't make it by 10:15, they'll cancel you because of that grace period, but then they don't see you till 10:30. Yeah. Like, that's not fair.
It's not fair at all. I don't like that. Yeah. And so I was already like, okay, red flag there. And then they kept pushing like vaccines and they just kept like talking to me. And I was just like, oh, why do I feel so irritated? Like, I don't want to be here. Like, I already didn't really plan this pregnancy, but I want to embrace it. You know, I'm growing a baby from my, like the love of my life, you know? So I want to just feel really happy about this. So, I think I was talking to my hairstylist or I don't know who, or one of my clients, but then they told me that you could do it in like the water and
Your
stuff.
hairstylist is J-Lo?
J-Lo, yeah.
Okay, yeah. She did a home birth too, right?
Yes.
Okay, I saw her.
So, and she did, I think, all 3.
Yeah, the same. That's awesome.
Yeah. So she told me about it and I was like, okay. And then I started doing my research on Instagram. And I saw all like the water birds and I was just like, I want to do that. Like, it looks so peaceful. Like, this is what I want. And by this time, when I figured all this out, I had already fired my OB-GYN because I was just not happy. So I was like, I'm not going to go. What the fuck are they going to do to me? Nothing,
you actually fire them or you just don't go back?
I just don't go back.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know how that worked.
Yeah. I just stopped answering phone calls and I didn't make no appointments and everything. So I was like, bye. Yeah. And then after that, I was without a doctor for a good while. Like, I don't know, like 3 months or so. Okay. I think. I don't know.
You just weren't going to like checkups and everything?
Nothing. And I did hire a doula, so she pretty much educated me on it. She's pretty much like your educational,
like a nurse practitioner.
Bestie. It feels more than that. Like with her, I could tell her like anything that I needed to ask. Like, she would respond immediately. Like,
oh, that's badass.
She just pretty much trained me to give birth naturally because I didn't know you had to do all of that. You know, so I just thought, oh, you go and like it's like taking a poop, and it is, and it is like that, but. I don't know. I feel like your mindset needs to be like prepared for that.
Oh, for
your
sure.
partner needs to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
And so we hired her and she educated us on it. And then I just found out how like hospitals are fucking scamming people. So
scamming people.
Yeah, I'm like the fuck, like $30,000 to, you know, or even more sometimes.
Yeah.
And then they keep your placenta like.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
I ate my placenta.
Yeah, I had already seen because like how you mentioned, like you weren't like in the same mind space, like with your previous like pregnancies and stuff. I feel like I had seen a thing that's like somebody had said like you're never ready for a next baby or whatever. But to me, like personally, I do feel like that I feel like for your first one, yeah, like you're never ready for that because you don't even know what to expect. Like people can tell you and stuff, but it's nothing like actually
with the first
living
one,
it.
yeah.
But being educated helps so much.
So I feel like people would ask me like, my daughter is gonna be 5 this year, and they'd be like, when are you gonna have another one? And when are you gonna have another one? And I'd be like, I'm not ready.
Like I'm still getting over everything that I went through
all of that. And then now I'm like, okay, like now I'm mentally stable enough to be like, okay, like if I bring another kid into the world, like I am, like I'm okay. Like if I get pregnant, I'm gonna be happy about it. Not like, oh my God, like I'm pregnant, like I'm still not over this pregnancy. And so I do feel like there comes a time where it's like, okay, yeah, like now I'm ready for it. So like I've done research, like when me and my husband will be like, okay, like it's time, like, and then we're like, oh no, never mind. But so I've done research on the placenta, and I've had friends that they encapsulate it and they do like the pills and stuff. So I was like, that's so cool. And then I saw you did like the smoothie, right? You talked about the smoothie thing. So I was like, man, like I think it does have benefits.
Yeah.
And they try to tell us that it doesn't.
Yeah, it has like all these stem cells. You know, people pay a shitload of money for stem cells. Yeah. And your placenta has them. Like, and why not, you know, you eat it?
And you didn't have to pay for any, right?
No, well, I did pay
to encapsulate
the midwife who encapsulated,
Okay.
But to eat
not
it,
to keep it. Like hospitals make you pay for it to keep it.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I
just do?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they make it easy for you to keep your placenta.
They either say like if you want to keep it, like I think you have to pay a portion or donate it. They ask you if you want to donate it.
I think I donated mine.
You know, they sell that shit for, okay, I might be wrong. It might be more, but like probably like $55,000.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like when they ask me that,
there's so much benefits to it.
And when they ask me, I'm like, well, where's it going to? What the You're like, yo, I'm gonna donate it.
I think when you donate it, it goes like into research. I've heard that it also like helps with cancer.
Yeah,
those stem cells. I want to say it was Jessica with her daughter. I think she kept it, she had to pay. Her and Ricky had to pay to like keep it.
Yeah, well, just like you have to pay for skin to skin.
Yeah,
at the hospital,
you have to pay for skin to skin.
You have to. If you want to deliver I
didn't know that.
Yeah, as soon as you deliver the baby, you know how they're supposed to place it on the mom. If you do it as soon as that, before they go wipe the baby off, they charge you. Yeah, wow. They charge you for skin to skin, and if the dad wants skin to skin right away too, they charge you for that too.
That is
That's why when you were like hospitals, they're just
I didn't know that. I was knocked out when I gave birth, so I didn't do skin. I was drugged up.
Henry didn't even take the phone inside the operating room because he didn't know he could. So we don't have pictures of Mylan. Like,
I think you should still be able to put your baby. But
did you? I was like, girl, I'll show you a picture after. I was like dead
from the drugs.
Yeah, because I tried to push, so I already had a epidural, and I pushed for like 6 hours, and he got stuck. Like you know how you're supposed to efface and like also like open up. So I dilated. I never effaced. So like my vagina never spread open for him to come out. So he got stuck.
So you effaced, but you didn't dilate.
No, I dilated all the way to 10. I did not efface. Like my hips didn't open.
I effaced, but I didn't dilate completely. No, I got to like 8.5, I think.
No, I got all the way to 10, but it was like
did they switch positions? Like did they make you squat?
See, and that's what I feel like.
Yeah. They made me switch positions and stuff like that, but there was like a piece of meat like that just didn't efface, like open up this way for Robbie to get out, and his head was freaking huge. And they were like, we could do it, but I don't like if we have to use like force, like I don't know, like that's not advised basically. And then I ended up getting a fever of 102, and Robbie's heart rate was dropping. I was like, okay, we need to go to surgery right now.
They did surgery even with you having a fever? I thought they weren't supposed to do that.
No, they did. Because, Robbie's heart rate was dropping.
Oh.
Well, they put cold towels on me and, like, make sure, like, and then...
That you were, like, a good...
And then they put me on the table on C-section, and then, when they gave me that drug, I knocked out. Because I already had epidural, and then they gave me that, and I just knocked out. Like, that completely, my whole body went numb, and then I was completely, like...
I felt everything.
That's crazy.
From the C-section. I didn't feel them cut me, but I felt like when they, because I had been in labor for forever. I went in on a Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, 4 a.m. because I was induced. I was 2 weeks past my due date. I was not even 1 centimeter dilated, which I feel like to this day, I feel like whenever they were measuring her, like they would tell me like, oh, she's measuring smaller. So I think it just wasn't her time, like is what I feel.
Yeah, they'll come.
Yeah, like I'm like, and I wasn't dilated.
Get, like old and wrinkly and like stay there forever.
I know, but I just and
they're gonna come out.
And she wasn't even a big baby. She was like 7 pounds something for being 2 weeks past. Like I don't feel like you know.
That's good.
But yeah, I remember
it's because it's a due month, not like a due date.
Yeah. And then so I went in on a Tuesday. I didn't deliver her until Friday midnight.
That's a long time.
Yeah. But I felt it like whenever they like Henry saw, because he was not supposed to be looking, but he saw whenever they took her out, like the nurse was like, okay, when they take her out, you're gonna feel this giant pressure on your chest. She was like, it's completely normal, do not freak out, like it's normal, like you're gonna feel it. And they took her out, and Henry was like, that was wild, man. Like, they took her out, and your stomach just plop, like it just plopped. Like there was no more pregnancy stomach anymore. And then I felt that, like I felt that pressure she told me I was gonna feel when they took her out, and I was just like I wanted to close my eyes. And the nurse was like, she was like, it's okay, she's fine, like her numbers are stable. And Henry was like, babe, like wake up, like he thought I was like dying. But it was scary, dude.
That's funny because when Rob walked in, he's like, she's dead, I'm a single dad.
Oh my god.
Because by the time he walked in, I was like,
yeah,
that must have been very traumatic for him.
He was.
And then you're like,
I thought you died.
You get cold from like the medicine. I was like this on the table, like shaking, too. Like you get the shakes, everything. It's horrible.
That's
like
crazy.
That's why whenever people are like, oh, so you've never had like a real birth, I'm like, dude, like
that was traumatizing. That was traumatizing.
Honestly, I don't understand why people say that. Like, you are definitely still giving birth.
Yes.
Like, why are they trying to discredit moms that
and then
go through birth differently? Everyone goes through it differently. Honestly, I thought like Jimena was just gonna like literally slide out of my vagina.
You were like, she's the third one.
Not, girl. Oh my god! As much as I prepared and everything, like same thing happened. Yeah. Like I had like a piece of my cervix like blocking her from coming out.
Yeah.
So, the entire, time that I was contracting and everything, like my whole labor process was nice. Like I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But when it came to pushing, like she was just not coming out. And so my midwife checked me because I didn't do any cervical checks like during my visits. Mm-hmm. But because she said it doesn't really like matter when you're pregnant.
I mean if you're gonna
until you're like giving birth.
Yeah.
Because it could change like from one day to another. So she was like, the only time it actually matters, it's when you're already there. Like your baby, you can feel your baby coming out, So she checked me and I was good, but she felt that. She felt like that.
The cervix.
Yeah, the cervix. And she was like, okay, we're going to put some arnica on it to help with the swelling, and you're just going to need to find your strength. And I was like, so what I was pushing like was just not enough. And she was like, just find your strength. And I was like, no, like, oh my God. But not once did it cross my mind, like take me to the hospital, give me the drugs. Like I just knew that was not an option. So I just knew like I have to like find my strength and like get this baby out.
Do you feel like it's just because like your mind won in that moment? Like you beat your mind like, no, I want this. Like I want this.
Yeah.
Natural,
I chose this. Yeah, I kept telling myself like I chose this. I want this. Like, and I had affirmations like playing in the back and everything.
That's awesome.
It was still really tough. It was the toughest thing I ever had to do. But once I just was like, fuck it, let me find my strength. I roared her out. I was just like, like roaring. Like it was not even screaming. It was like fucking roaring. Like I literally felt like a fucking lion.
How was
like
Ben's face when you were going through this?
Man, I have no idea. I go through the picture sometimes and he's just there like just supporting me
in the moment. Like he just worried about you and you.
And that was so cool because in the hospital he would have to be like dealing with like the nurses and stuff. But since we had my doula, like she was like talking to the midwife and he was just like just with me, like holding me down. Yeah. So we got her out.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was like still tough because
you had to push your bag out.
The placenta?
That was okay. But no, I hemorrhaged. So, girl, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, I had just gave, birth, so I had her all on me. And I was just like, oh my God, I worked so hard for you. And then just like in the background, because I was so tired.
Yeah, everybody's freaking out.
Yeah, in the background, I hear my midwife just saying like, call. And then my doula, I heard her kind of say, don't quote me. I don't know if she exactly said this, but she was like, she did not just go through all of this to end up in the hospital. Oh, yeah. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? I'm just like all like tired. So they just like shove some pills in my mouth. They shoot me with Pitocin. Yeah. And, I guess they're like, I could hear like the like from the blood, like the gushing of it. Yeah. But I was just like, I'm with my baby. Like, I don't know. I was just not caring about what was happening down there. So they took care of it all. And I didn't even like,
I started hemorrhaging too.
Yeah, and that's scary. Yeah. I mean, it's scary now that, like, when they told me about it, because in the moment I was just so focused with my baby. No, but
that's why so many women in America pass away after giving birth, because their doctors are not trained enough to know.
Yeah, like, give her the baby so she can
like
have
those shots. Yeah, because I got those too. Like, I went.
My iron levels were low, but I mean, they just gave me iron pills every day.
Yeah.
If you would have ate your placenta, you would have had like better iron levels.
I didn't see
or encapsulated.
But I do feel like with your first pregnancy, you're never like, unless it's like that one mom who's like
you need to educate yourself.
Yeah, but
you know what?
I was just so.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
We were young.
Like, when is Benji's birthday?
August 24th.
And then Robbie was due August 26th, and he didn't come till September 1st. Because remember me, you and Kat were pregnant together.
Right. He was supposed to be August
26th, and he didn't come till a week later. Thank God, because Harvey happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Harvey did happen.
And Robbie was due like on a Friday, and Harvey happened, and I did start bleeding like tiny, not a lot. And Mom was like, "Oh my God, where did we go? Like, we can't even get to your hospital because it was completely underwater."
Oh fuck.
So how'd y'all get there? Center.
Well, we didn't. We had to go to a different hospital so they could check me. So we went to Clear Lake. And I was only 1 centimeter, and they're like, "We can't keep you. Like, you're only 1 centimeter."
Yeah.
They made me stay there for like 2-3 hours to observe him and like me to see if anything changed. And they made me go walk around, but they were like, "You're not bleeding no more. You're only 1 centimeter. Like, you're good. Just try to relax. You probably stressed out because of the Harvey. Yeah. Like, just calm down."
It was very a stressful time. That was a very stressful time.
Did you have him before Harvey happened?
Like the day, like they released us from the hospital like that same day.
The day Harvey
So you gave birth and they were like, "Go home."
Yeah, pretty much. Well, they were like, "You can stay or go home," and I was like, "Fuck that! I'm going home. I don't want to stay here." Like,
yeah.
So my husband just got like some groceries or whatever, and then
it started. So y'all left before it started raining.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, right before, and then we stayed in the apartment, and like everything was like crazy. Like an island. It was like we were good, but everything was just
underwater.
Like, underwater. Yeah.
That is crazy.
I know. It was really crazy.
And you weren't hurting and stuff, and you went home?
Yeah, it was a really tough time, man. That's why I was like, I'm pregnant again. I gotta go through this again. Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm taking control. Like,
do you feel like you crazy. Appreciate your body like a lot more now?
Yes, for sure. Like everything that it goes through. Yeah, for sure.
Man, I would want to try like a natural birth for my next one. But I am terrified of like, since I have a C-section, like I've heard that like when you're pushing, like it can tear, like
I
your
guess
uterus can like
might
rip.
need to just check with like a midwife, but you can.
Yeah, because I've heard of doctors that do VBACs and stuff. So
yeah, I think it depends on like how big your babies are and then like your medical history. Like for me, my doctor told me I wouldn't be able to have a vaginal because my baby's like, Robbie was 10 pounds.
See, that's the thing too. I'm like,
if I have another big baby, like it's possible it could tear.
Yeah, my Lynn was only like 7 pounds.
Hell no, dude. Robbie was. That's what you said 2 weeks after. I'm like, I was only a week after, and Robbie was 10 pounds 3 ounces.
Yeah.
And when I tell people that, they were like, "Did you have diabetes?" I'm like, "No, I just have like it just runs in our family. Like I already knew I was gonna have a big kid."
Yeah. But your husband's tall too, right?
That's why I'm tall
too.
Yes. Yeah. So that's why I'm scared to have a boy, because my husband's 6'3" and he was a 10-pound baby. So I'm like. If they tell me it's a boy, it's not a natural birth.
My mom had nothing but 8 pounds and up.
Yeah,
we were all big.
8-pound baby too.
Yeah, we were all big. Her smallest was like 8'2", and then me and my 2 brothers were all above 9, and one of my brothers was 10. And but my brother that was 10, he's hella tall. I think he's like 6'3" too. Super tall.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I'm gonna have a big baby. I already know. When they were measuring him in my stomach, at one point he told me 11 pounds. I'm like, there's no way, bro. There's no way. And then when he came out and they said he was 10, I was like, oh my God, how the heck was I carrying?
I know. My doctor had checked, like, you know how they check from your, like, on top of your stomach? And he was like, oh, she's not going to be a big one. She's going to be little. And then when she was born, he was like, he was more devastated that I had a C-section than myself. Like, he walked in the room the next day and he was like, I am so sorry. Like, because he's really against C-sections. Yeah. He was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know what happened. She wasn't a big baby. Like, he's like, I was like, it's okay. But I hadn't stood up yet. So I didn't know.
I didn't know the pain I was about to feel.
I was like, oh, that's why he was apologizing.
Shit. My doctor was like, I know you didn't want a C-section, but I'm glad you did because you would have been torn down there. And I was like, he's like, he's a big boy.
Jimena didn't
tear you?
Didn't tear me at all. But with both the boys, I think I did. But the first one, my doctor, like, she literally grabbed my vagina and just like.
I think you told me with Andrew, you tore like a lot, right?
Yeah. That experience was so traumatic. I did not want to have any more kids after.
But you don't think because it was like your first one and you were tiny?
No, she legit grabbed me, like, because I felt everything. Like, the epidural did not work because since I got Pitocin, I got induced with Andrew, it canceled out. Yeah, I clashed. So I felt absolutely everything with him.
Oh my God.
I mean, he was not ready, so those Pitocin contractions were like fucking hard. They're definitely way stronger than like natural contractions.
See, I had Pitocin because I got induced too, but I didn't feel mine.
That's good.
Yeah, and everybody tells me, they're like, you're crazy. I felt a while, maybe like a good 10 minutes, because I was in labor for so long, because they did the balloon thing in me. And when I felt those contractions, I was like, okay, like now I feel it. And I was like sweating from my back. And Henry was like, just get the epidural. I was like, no, like I feel fine. Like, it just felt like really intense cramps.
Yeah.
And then I fell asleep. And then I woke up the next day and they checked me and they were like, we could pop your water. Like, you were 5 centimeters. And my doctor would go in there and I'd be like bouncing on the ball. And he was like, I don't know why you're smiling. Like, like, I don't know. Like, the machine would be going crazy. I just didn't.
I think because you were being active, like your brain was not concentrating on those contractions. Because with Jimena, those contractions, like when I was like 5, 6, 7 centimeters, I was fine. Like, honestly, I was totally okay up until the point where it's like, okay, now I gotta push. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then for
Benji?
When I felt the pain, I went in the shower and I put like the hot water on my back, and man, that worked.
That helps.
Yeah, it literally acted like an epidural for me. Like, I didn't feel anything. I was just there like.
So it's kind of like a period when you have like really bad cramps and you put like a heating pad or going like in the shower and like.
Yeah, in the bath, it was hot water too, so I was fine. I was just chilling there. Like, I took my doula took pictures, and when I look at them, I look like. And just with so much
when
peace.
You posted your video, I cried. I was like, I'm freaking crying over here. Yeah, like, this is so cute. It's like so empowering. Like, I could just feel the empowerness from you. And I was like, man, I give her props because I could. At this moment, my mindset, I could never.
You'll get there. I mean, I used to think the same thing until I was just like, pregnant. And then I was like, oh shit, I got to educate myself on it. And and just, I was trying to do more natural things because with birth control, like that shit made me crazy. Like anything that's like, I guess like not natural in my body. Like, even though like I know I have implants and like fillers or whatever. I mean, like
that's besides the point.
That's besides the point. Because I know there's some people are gonna be like, but you have like implants. It's like not natural.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people on my DMs do tell me like maybe I have breast plant illness because sometimes I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. Like, I'm just sad.
Oh my God.
Some people say like it could be breast plant illness. I don't know, but
I'd be like, I was sad before I had these. So.
Yeah, I was sad before I had them so bad.
That's not it.
It's just healing. You're just healing. You're going through everything.
Yeah, so, I don't know where I was going.
I know, I was trying to thought too. But do you feel like recovering your body, do you feel like going the natural process, do you feel like it's been easier to go back to yourself, or do you feel like it's been the same?
No. I didn't take care of myself. I'm sure if I would have taken care of myself, like... extra, then I probably would have been able to just like not reverse, but like get a place where where I enjoy my body. So in the very beginning, no, I didn't. Like, it was way harder, especially because I knew what needed to be done for me to get there. Like, I feel like that was harder. It's not that hard whenever you don't know, because you're like, well, I don't know what the fuck to do to get, you know, to a place where I love and accept my body. Yeah. But this time I was like, I know what the fuck I need to do, and I don't want to do that, because I went, like, the last trimester I went and just like didn't work out. I ate whatever I craved. Like, I was just like, I'm living life, you know. I'm just
I mean, who was your last baby? Like, do you try to give yourself grace?
It's very hard for me to do that.
Yeah, but I feel like you look amazing.
Thank you. I've been trying now.
Yeah, like,
you know, but it took me a minute. To get back 7 whole months. Yeah.
Well, I feel like society's so hard on us.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
But that's why I said that you at least try to give yourself some grace.
Yeah.
You have to.
Like,
society is already so hard on women. I feel like you have to get to that mindset space that you're allowed. Like, you just had a baby.
Yeah, I just feel like sometimes, especially in the very beginning, like, I would grieve like my old life, like right before Jimena, because man, I was in such a good place with myself that I just felt like I have a good relationship with food, I have a good relationship with clothes, I have a good relationship with myself in general. Like, I was just like, I fucking love myself right now. Like, I love this. Yeah. But then I just kind of forgot when I got pregnant, like, that, you know, when I already got bigger, I was like, well, I'm here already. So
I feel like,
instead of like, because I'm here already, like, I need to continue, because the reward's going to be right after you give birth. Like, your body's just going to like, let's go back. Let's heal you faster.
Yeah.
Even though I feel like I healed fast, like mentally, like, I don't know, I still felt like
it takes a while.
It takes a while.
It took a while. Yeah.
Do you feel like right now you're like in a good mental place from it? Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
definitely
good.
So much better. Yeah. I can feel it too. And like, get a little ready now. You know, back then I was just like a hair in a clip. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah. And how you mentioned how, like, when you know what needs to be done, it's harder. I feel like it is harder because you're like, I'm going to eat this, but it's okay because I already know, like, I'm going to, and so it's harder
you give yourself excuses. Honestly. Like, sometimes I'm like, it's just a little bit of sugar, it's fine. Or, it's a little bit of carbs. But it's like, because I know it's just a little bit, like, I'm still not doing anything to like change it. So.
Yeah, but I feel like that, and then that plays out. That's when discipline has to play out. Like, okay, I can have a little bit of this, but the rest of the day, like, I have to eat according to
be more conscious about it.
Yeah. Or I'll like eat like shit for one day and I'm like, it's okay, I'm gonna diet tomorrow. And then it's like Thursday and I'm like, I'll just start Monday.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's when discipline comes in.
Yes.
Because like you do want to have a healthy relationship with food, like you said.
It's a really great what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. It's just, it feels really great in your mind to like know that you have a good relationship with pretty much everything in your life. Because when you have a good relationship with yourself and like the external things that matter on your everyday, like I just feel like you I don't know, your energy is so much better. You're just more positive. I don't know. Everything so much just more flows positive. So much easier. And I'm like, why am I holding myself back? Like, I gotta stop that shit. Like feeding the emotions.
Dude, that's we do it too. We do not. I'm like, why do we keep doing this to ourselves?
I know. I feel like this past week was like my best week since the year started.
Yeah, same.
And we're like March. And I'm like, I ate good. We didn't eat out because my husband gave up fast food for Lent. And then like I drank my gallon of water every day. I went running twice. I worked out a total, I think twice. I just went running twice, right? I think so, yeah. And even just that, like I weighed myself and like on Friday morning and I lost a pound and I was like, I feel like it just needed like it was the first week that I got on that I saw it go down instead of up. So I was like, okay, like I'm good. Like I just need to stick to like my 80-20, like eat really clean Monday through Friday and then just on the weekend like splurge a little, not like full on splurge because it
feels better when you wait for it. If you instead of just like, okay, I feel like eating an ice cream cone today, and like I've had an ice cream cone like 3 days ago as well. So I just feel like it's not as rewarding as like, okay, I waited like all fucking week to eat goddamn ice cream cone.
So like now I'm gonna eat it for real. Like and I'm gonna enjoy it. Not feel guilty.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's that healthy relationship.
But we're just gonna go ahead and change topics really quick. We did want to talk about why'd you stop doing makeup?
The big elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Honestly, makeup was such a big passion for me. Oh my gosh, I loved it. I still love it. It's just not, I'm just not passionate about it no more.
Yeah.
I think towards the end of that era, it was just really tough with my clients, man. Like, the relationship I had with them was just not good. Like, I just felt like I wasn't respected. I don't know. I would be there early morning and they wouldn't show up, or like, I don't know, especially for weddings. Like, when I would go and drive and like be there fucking early, like 5 a.m, like, or 6 a.m, and they wouldn't show up till like 30-40 minutes later, I'm like, I could have fucking slept a little bit more. I could have stopped by and get some coffee. I could have done something else, right? I just felt like it was just not worth it towards the end. Yeah. And I've always had a big passion for eyebrows. So when the lockdown happened,
I know, you used to kill my eyebrows down. I
get you, girl. So before the lockdown happened, I had been praying, man. I was just like, God, give me a break. Like, I don't want to do makeup for like a month. Like, I just, what can I do? Because, man, like, when I did makeup, I felt like I was such a people pleaser. Like, I would for sure, like, could not say no. Like, even if I was, like, booked, I'm like, okay, I could probably squeeze her in. Like, I just felt like, I don't know, guilty. Like, I had to say yes to, like, almost everyone. So, I was burnt out.
Oh, my gosh.
So, then the lockdown happened, and I was just like, God, is that you? Like, is that you coming to, like, give me a break? And, man, I took it like that. I was just, you know, seeing it more in the spiritual side versus, like, oh, my God, everybody's, like.
When people were freaking out about not making money. And
I was just like, okay, I'm going to embrace this fucking moment because I need it. And, you know, I was like, I can't control it. You know, nobody's getting makeup done. Nobody's having events. Like, this is, like, nobody. Like, we're all in the same fucking situation right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just enjoyed it. I was going outside a lot. I was playing with my kids, and I was like, I love this fucking time.
That's what I was
like,
going to say. Didn't you enjoy, like, having those weekends open?
Yes, I loved it so much. And I was like, I never want to go back to that. Like, I never want to go back to not being available for my kids on the weekends when they're home, because then they only see this version of me, like, Monday through Friday, like, the routine mom, like, dinner, take a shower, like, do homework, like, do all these things, and it's, like, no quality time with them.
Yeah.
So, when the stimulus check hit, I was like, this is some random money coming in. Like, I'm going to invest in myself. Like, I need this. And so I did, and I invested in the eyebrows. And then from there, I was just like, I love this so much more. Like, it brought me so much more happiness. And the time that I was spending with the client was way more rewarding than the time I was spending with the client doing makeup. So I like quadrupled my pay. So I was like,
I know.
It's definitely like not. I'm not going back.
I always go to your page and I'm like, oh my God, I want her to do my eyebrows so bad. And then I'm like, okay, I don't need to spend that money right now. Like, I'm gonna wait a little bit, but I'm always like on her. Girl. Yeah. But I think it's amazing, like the money that you're bringing in and everything.
Yeah, it changed my whole life, like a whole 180. And I think it all happened there, like when in 2020, when I was just like, well, everybody's going through the same shit. Like, I don't know. And I just found different things I felt more passionate about, and I just felt like, okay, makeup is just not it. But I didn't want to let it go at the very beginning. I was like, this is my job. Like, this is what I do now. And now eyebrows is like my passion project. So when I got consistent with those eyebrow clients, I was just like, all right, it's time. Like, I'm gonna stop it. And also because I had an assistant at the time, Damien. And he's doing so well. He's in LA.
Yeah, I saw that.
Doing celebrity makeup. And
I saw that.
That's amazing.
For Damien.
Yeah.
When he told me, okay, like, I'm going to LA, I was like, this is my sign. Like, I'm quitting makeup too. Like, we would always have those talks. Like, you know, once you do your thing, once you go to LA, and I'm quitting makeup too. And I'm just sticking to what I'm passionate about now. And sure enough, and then from there, I just felt like everything just started like blossoming.
Do you feel like you would ever do like, not makeup again, right? But maybe like a makeup training? Or no?
No, I closed that door already with makeup. Dang. Yeah.
I bet you there's still people that reach out to you, right?
Yeah, there is.
Heck yeah.
And like I said,
just sounds like me.
I love it. I just don't have that passion for it no more.
I
if anything, like what I would do is just like, I love seeing those reels when they're like getting ready and just like doing their makeup and like talking and stuff like that. Yeah. Not like a full tutorial, but you know, just
like a quick little TikTok or something.
Like a get ready with me or something. Like, I want to do those.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I feel like you would do good on TikTok and YouTube because you already have like a high follower amount that like you would. like that.
And I know you personally, so I'm like, I believe her on makeup stuff. Because like I see all these TikTok people and I hear other like TikTok people that are famous. And they're like, dude, they're just selling this makeup because they're being paid for it. It's not really a good brand. Yeah. And that's why when I would go to you, I remember I would ask you, like, what should I do with this? And you would, like, authentically tell me, like, well, this is your type of skin, so you should probably buy this. And I like that. And then, like, if you did your Reels and TikToks, I feel like people would follow them and really take your word for it because we know you. Like, and you did our makeup for a long time.
And then you're also building, like, more clients, like, on the weekly basis.
I do want to do that. I feel like I just got to get a space for it, like its own little,
like a little section.
Yeah, because right now the makeup room I had, it's now my son's room. So I don't have a makeup room. So like that identity of like you're a makeup artist is like completely gone.
What'd you do with all your makeup?
I gave some away. I still have some, so I use it. I don't buy makeup anymore. I know it's old, but I'm like, hey, I have a lot of little travel size stuff when I used to do the makeup classes back in 2021. I still have a lot of that, so I just use it.
I'm gonna ask a makeup question. What's your favorite foundation?
I use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation stick.
Okay.
And that's been like a holy grail for me since like 2015. But at the time, I couldn't really afford it. It was like 50 something bucks, so I would use it like very, very rarely. And I still use it the exact same way I used it back then. I only use it like on my cheeks. Everything else is concealer. Like I don't use foundation like that.
Wow.
For clients, I did used to love the Maybelline Fit Me and the L'Oreal, the matte one. I would mix those. It would.
Oh, okay.
It would leave it so nice. But
how do you feel like you get your face so like, do you feel like it's just your skin already?
Both.
Like so like. Not
filter.
One pore, nothing. You can't see a pore or a line on her, guys.
I think it's for sure. I do take care of my skin, but I also think it could be like your concealer, your powder, and how much you apply. You don't need to apply like too much either. And I use Tarte. You know, I'm not gonna hide it. I use the Tarte shape tape.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Pretty much all over my face, like under eyes, and I use a color that's like close to my skin tone, so it looks like foundation. Okay. And then I use the Jaclyn Hill, like also concealer, but a lighter one as a highlight, only under my eyes, my chin, a little bit on my forehead, and that's it. Just like concealer straight up. And then I set it with the Dermablend.
Oh, yeah, that's the one I buy. Yeah. That's the one I told you because I had seen you talked about it back then when you were doing like a little bit of makeup videos on Instagram. And I was like, why don't you use it? Like, it has to be good.
It's good.
And I bought it, and it's so good. Like, the Dermablend is so good.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's amazing.
I use all their powders, like, all the colors.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, for, like, setting, like, different parts of the face, too, so it doesn't look all just flat.
Oh. Yeah, I was telling them that
let us know when you drop the reel so we can learn.
Tag us so we can share it.
I do want to do that, and I don't know why I hold myself back sometimes. Like, I've always wanted to do
Maybe
this.
You don't want people to associate you with makeup no more.
Yeah, it could be, but I still like it. You know, I love it. I just don't have the passion to do it on other people.
On other people, yeah.
Like, on myself, I think I still could do it. I just don't do it because I have lashes on now because I'm on the go now, you know.
Yeah. No, lashes
business
literally
owner, so I got to be running every day.
Yeah.
Just like the regular day makeup every day. Yeah. How do you feel about like that new trend, the eyebrows?
Like the fluffy?
Yeah.
I like it. I just don't like when they do it like just straight up. Like, it needs to have a little bit of curve. Like, it can't be just straight.
Yeah, I saw one on TikTok where they laminated it upwards and then the girl went and brushed it like really pretty. And I was like, okay, I would get it done like that.
Like that, yeah. It's the lamination. It has to go up, yes, but like up to the side. Not up like scared.
I didn't really, but maybe I just haven't seen good ones.
Yeah, and you also just need to shape it too. You can't just leave them like straight up. You gotta add a little shape to it.
So going back to like the eyebrow thing. So how often after somebody gets them done, like when's their next appointment with you for their touch up?
So they come back anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then after that,
every like 1 to 2 years.
Oh, dang. So it lasts a while.
Yeah, it lasts a while. Yeah.
Oh, my God. I'm going to go.
I always see,
it's a great investment.
I see you post those like when they're bleeding and stuff. Do you get that a lot?
Not a lot, but I do get them. And when I do get them, I do talk about it because I'm like,
but do you stop? Like you'll just stop? Like they'll just leave with half an eyebrow?
If it interferes,
like,
honestly, I try my best. I try my best to not let that happen. But if I cannot work on it, if I'm like touching the skin or breaking the skin and barely like doing anything to it, and you're already like bleeding through the pigment, bleeding through the lidocaine, then I cannot work on it. There's just no point.
And it's not going to attach the color?
No. Oh. So I'm like, why am I going to sit here and like cause trauma to your skin if it's...
I feel like that's annoying.
Yeah, so I do send a before care instruction list.
Yeah.
When they book, and then a few days before, and then, you know, they just have to know. Like,
just have to read.
Yeah, they have to read. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't read.
Yeah.
they don't.
Yeah.
So when I post those videos, they're like, oh, why is she bleeding? And I'm like, go read your list. It's also on my website. You know, I let them know, but I don't really get a lot of those. I have had to stop, though. I've had, like, clients where I'm like, you know what? You're bleeding too much. Like, whatever you did, like, if you drank coffee, if you drank alcohol, took vitamins like fish oil, or if you just didn't follow, you know, your before care instructions, that's why you're bleeding.
What is it? Post
pre-care.
After.
Pre-care, yeah. Pre-care.
So do they come back? Like, you tell them to come back in a certain time?
I tell them to come back for, like, their touch-up date. Because it does whatever, like, you know, it does need to heal if I did cut, which, you know, more than likely I did. And I do try to at least finish something off, you know, just so they don't leave looking really crazy. But, yeah, I mean, I've had to stop before, but it's really rare. I think it's only happened like 2 times. Like, out of the almost 3 years I've been doing this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, I have pretty good clients. Like, most of my brow clients, like, they're all really good. I feel like that's why I keep going, because...
Do you think most of your brow clients were like a lot of your makeup clients?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And a lot of my followers, they're just like, you know, I've been following you through this journey, so shout out to them, you know, because they are real supporters.
Yeah. How much easier is it for you to, oh my God, I just like that. Oh, how much easier is it for you to do your makeup after you have your brows done? Like, how much faster?
So much fast. Easier, yeah, I for sure, like on my everyday, I probably take like less than 10 minutes. Like,
oh my God.
I just put a little bit of concealer, blush, let's go. Especially because I have my your lashes done, so I just leave. But when I do a full face, honestly, I used to take like 2 hours doing my makeup. Now it takes maybe like 30 minutes to do my makeup.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it cuts down on time a lot.
Wow.
That's amazing. You just feel like you're ready fast.
Yeah. Are you still doing one-on-one training with clients?
With
or like with students?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm still doing that. I just paused it for a little bit because I wanted to change some things around, like
on your course?
Like how I train. Yeah. And what I offer. So yeah, but they're back up now.
Have your students, have you seen like some of your students go on and you can keep it. No, you can keep it. Like build a good amount of clientele on their end?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes,
oh my gosh, that's so cool.
I do have one that I'm like, she is like
your protege. Top. What is it
called?
Yeah.
Yes. Her name is Jelly, so y'all go follow her. I think her business page is Hello Gorgeous. Mm-hmm. Something like that, yeah. I might be getting it wrong, I'm sorry. Jelly Hello Gorgeous.
Okay. I check on my phone right now.
We'll put it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's doing really, really good. She has, like, consistent clients. She made her money back in, like, 2 months, I believe.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
that's so
you just
cool.
got to put yourself out there. That's like, crazy. It's definitely not something for the weak. But if you put yourself out there and, like, you believe in yourself and then you use me, I always tell all of my students, like, you have to check in with me. If you want to grow, like, if you're unsure of something, don't just go and be like, I don't want to bother her. I'm like, you paid for this, like
Oh, so after they take your course, like you're still there.
Yeah, give them continuous support. Yeah, I don't want them fucking up nobody's eyebrows, girl.
That's my name out there.
Yeah. Yes. Whydott taught me.
Yes, for sure, for sure. So I'm like, you know, if any questions you have, like, please, you know, reach out to me and I'll help you out as much as I can. Because I had that. My second instructor, she did that for me. Like, she was just like there. For any little question I had, like, immediately would text back. And if I needed to call her something, you know, she would just say, let me know ahead of time. And, you know, she had all the answers. So I was like, I want to be that person for my students.
Do you enjoy more the actual doing the brow or teaching somebody?
Both.
Both?
Yes.
Cool.
I have some weeks where I'm, like, training and then I'm like, okay, I'm looking forward to like being alone with my art. And it's like, you know, half and half. Yeah. I love both.
Yeah. So like going away from eyebrows, like you're very open on Instagram, like with your following and stuff like that. You've mentioned a lot, like your journey of self-healing and all that. Do you feel like, was it hard for you to open up like to people like following you? Because I deal with that. Like when me and I talk about what topics we're talking about the podcast, I'm like I don't know if I want to talk about that. Like, you know what I mean? But I do feel like you're very open with your following.
Yeah, I am very open. Honestly, I see Instagram kind of like my diary, like my like in a video form, because I always go back to my stories and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at how much I've changed from like here to here. And I have people in there that are like very good at like helping me feel good too when I'm going through it, and I don't feel alone. So I'm very open just because, I don't know, I guess that's just who I am. I'm an open book. Like, you can ask me anything and I'm just going to be like real as fuck with you. So yeah, there's just no point in hiding it. If I don't want something to be known, you know, I'm not going to talk about it. But if I just feel like, okay, I got to get out of my chest, like I just want to talk to someone who can relate with me or not, you know, let me know your point of view. And I don't know, everyone's pretty good on Instagram. So. Yeah.
Do you ever get like hate comments? Or DMs?
It's really just rare. Rude. Yeah, it's really, when I first started posting like my smoking videos, I would get like one here and there about like, oh my God, you're smoking and like you have kids, and I'm like, it's not like I'm fucking blowing the smoke in their face or something. You know, I'm like, hey, here, hit it. You know, I'm not doing that.
I think people
you want to go have a smoke session.
Yeah, like what?
Like, why are you concerned? Like, some people be so concerned about other people on social media, and it's like, dude, like you're not that much better. Like,
you probably have like a beer or something, then that's fine, or you have a cigarette, like or whatever, a glass of wine. I just have a joint.
But you had mentioned it's kind of like a glass of wine to you, right? Yeah. I wish I had, like, sometimes I am like, I'm cooking like after a long day and I'm like, man, I want a glass of wine and I don't have any, and I'm like, why don't I have wine? Like, like, why don't I buy it when I grocery shop?
Just throw it in there.
Throw it in there.
I used to do that too. Yeah.
I don't really. I'm not a wine. I'm more of a champagne person, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, pour me a glass of champagne.
Why not? Why not? I mean,
I don't know. They do give me headaches.
You're more of a champagne?
I love champagne.
I mean, I like mimosas.
I like champagne and whiskey. I'll pour myself a glass of whiskey, but I mean, whiskey's not at HEB. I'm not going to Specs. Like, I'm not going out of my way to buy a glass of. I mean, a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
But I do.
But what about whiskey. Like that wine bottle, the sangria one?
I mean, that's good, but I don't. That's the thing. Like, I won't go out of my way to go get wine because I don't love it that much.
Oh, okay.
I probably would go get whiskey before I get wine.
Are you like? Do you like to drink alcohol or not really?
No. I'll do it, like, you know,
like social events.
Yeah, but not like
to turn up.
What would you drink?
Probably like a mimosa. I had a mimosa like on Sunday. It was my sister-in-law's brunch birthday.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I mean, I had a mimosa. I had 3 mimosas actually. I was like, oh, look at you. No, but immediately after those 3 mimosas, I was like, I'm gonna have a coffee. Like, I'm just a coffee girl. Like, coffee and my joint, and I'm good.
That's how Rob is. That's how my husband is.
Like, to relax.
Yeah,
I don't know. He loves it in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do it to get like super fucked up or anything. To be like high off like my brain, you know, not like that. I just do it to kind of just chill. It slows down my thoughts.
Do you have like anxiety, or
you know, I feel like I used to. Yeah, I couldn't even get off of my car. I couldn't go to the park with my kid. Like, I couldn't do anything. Like, I would go to the place, right, wherever I needed to go. And then I'd be in the car like, oh, fuck, I don't want to get off. My kid's asleep. Good. Let's go back home. You know, like stuff like that. Like, I would not. So, yeah, I think I had it. And now.
But like anxiety just being around people, or like fear?
Anxiety.
Okay.
I don't think I have fear. Like, I don't try to think about like bad things can happen to me.
I do.
I just feel like.
I know you do.
I just feel like it's just so many people. Like, I can't do like big crowds. Like, I'm just like,
too much. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, let me go home. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that all that changed though in 2020. Like, it's crazy. Like, all the changes that happened to me. I know for a lot of people, 2020 was like a very hard year.
Like, I feel like 2020 gave me more anxiety.
Really?
For me, I was just, it kind of like took it away. I don't know. I spent so much time outside for sure. Sorry. It's the Celsius.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just, I don't know. I feel like it's not cured, but it's like better.
Yeah.
I think you just got that time to like calm down. You weren't doing makeup no more. You were spending more time with your family. Like more doors and light was brought into you.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So that is good. Because we also wanted to end this episode, since it is Women's History Month, we wanted to add a little portion to every episode, giving a shout out to a woman that's like special in our lives. So who's like a woman who's special in your life that you would want to like give a shout out to for Women's Month?
Oh, my sister-in-law.
I knew it. My sister-in-law.
Yes, you'd see. She is like literally, I don't tell her this in person because girl, I cry. Like, oh my gosh. But she knows though, like I feel like she knows, like she is like, I feel like right now she's my rock for sure. She helps me out so much. Like, I don't even think without her knowing, because I know this is just her, like, being there. Yeah, being there for her family. But for me, like, I don't have a sister. I don't have, like, women like that in my life. So, like, she's, like...
Yeah.
She's for sure. And then she's a boss lady, too.
She is.
Yeah.
Bro,
so
she turned my backyard into, like, I didn't even think it could look like...
Yes. Right? Like...
I didn't even know my backyard could look like that.
It brings out like these feelings of like, wow.
Yes.
Like, I love this. I feel so good. Like, so loved. And it's just like a decoration. Like, how crazy, like how the emotions are there.
Oh my gosh. I loved how she did your baby shower.
Yes.
Oh my God. That was so beautiful. Yeah.
And I remember when she started off doing everything with Benji's, because I remember when I went to Benji's baby shower and I was like, oh, this is so cute. And then like from there, it just
took off. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah. What about you, Giselle?
I'm going to give a shout out to, obviously, I do want to give it to my mom and my tias. Well, my tia Mimi. They don't watch this, but it's okay. I do have like a rocky relationship with my mom, but at the end of the day, I do want to say that I know that now that I'm a mom, I understand like what she was going through as a single mom. And I know that she did everything she could to put a roof over our head and food in our stomach.
Yeah.
We were never like abused or neglected, but I mean, she meant emotionally she couldn't be there for us because she could barely be there for herself as a single mom with 3 kids.
Yeah.
Now 5. But I'll say my mom is my best friend. And then my tia Mimi, she's stepped in a lot, so much for us in our life. That's like my second mom.
I'm gonna get emotional.
That's like my second mom, and I love her to death. When my mom was going through it really hard, she always stepped in for us a lot. She lived in Humboldt, and she would come all the way over here to Southeast to pick us up from school. If my mom couldn't, when my mom gave birth to my sister, like she picked us up from school, took us to the hospital. Even when we lived in Mexico, she would go all the way to Mexico when my mom gave birth to Kevin, because she had Kevin over there, my brother, and she went all the way to Mexico to be with my mom. Like that's the real last sister, Thea. Mm-hmm. So she's an amazing lady. I love her. She keeps me accountable. I'll say that.
Accountable, like in what way? Like
my relationship with God, just being a better person, mom. You know, she's a more emotional. Like I say, she's my second mom. Like she's the one that's actually shown me like emotion, love, and all that. And when my mom like really couldn't. Because my mom was just going through her own crap, you know, as such a young mom.
Yeah.
But I wanted to give a shout out to those 2 ladies today because they're my rock too.
Yeah.
And
my mother-in-law too. I only mentioned Jose, but my mother-in-law too. She's definitely.
Oh, we can pick 2.
Yeah, we can pick 2. Okay, let me add one in there. Let me just.
Man, I don't know. I mean, obviously my mom, but if I talk about my mom, I'll freaking cry out here. I don't want to cry right now. See, I'm already
your sister.
I'm gonna tear up.
You're like, no, not my sister.
I mean, I don't know, dude. Like,
you have a lot of women in your life, bro.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like,
you have a lot.
All of them.
If I just shout out everybody,
no, we have 4 episodes this month. The one that makes the most
impact in your life.
We're gonna have 4 episodes. You're gonna be able to shout out others.
Man, I'll cry, dude. Whoever I talk about, I don't want to cry.
That's how I am with my sister-in-law, girl. Like, I look at her and I'm like,
make it funny.
Word vomit. I want to tell her like how I feel, but I'm just like, I'm gonna cry. Like, she knows. She knows.
She knows. Well, I guess I can shout out my sister, my older sister, Ariana.
She's so funny.
About her too. She is so funny. I feel like the way my sister is more like the style that like you are. Yeah. Like the way like you and your vibe and everything. Yeah. Like Ariana's more like into the same music as you. Yeah. And she's crazy. Like everything. Yeah, she's freaking wild. But yeah, I just want to shout her out because
it's okay.
It's okay to cry.
I always cry. I'm always the crier. No, but she just
she's like your second mama.
No, she's just not to me. Like, I mean, it's just inspiring to see her. Dude, I'm gonna cry.
It's fine.
It's okay.
She is an amazing mom, an amazing wife. Right now she's kind of doing it all on her own because my brother-in-law. I don't want to cry. But he's working out of state. So okay. She's kind of doing it all on her own, and just watching her do it, it amazes me. Like, you know, like she,
give her props.
Yeah, I'm giving her props because she had only my niece and my nephew, and she finally like got over like her postpartum depression, and she was going back to school, and she got her accounting degree, and then she got pregnant while she was going for her bachelor's. Like, she had only gotten her associates, and she got pregnant when she was going for her bachelor's, and it like derailed her a lot. And I know that it has really like affected her, you know, like not being able to finish school. But I'm very proud of the woman that she is, and she like really like put herself aside to like really give her children like the dreams and everything that they're working for. Like, she takes my niece both my nieces to dance like almost every freaking day. Right now she's coming back from Dallas. Like, she takes time off from work like to go all the way to Dallas, like with my niece's competitions. And then my nephew's like in coding for computers, so she does all of that, and then she still has to come home and like, you know, like feed the kids, make sure they have clothes. And she's basically doing it by herself. Like, yeah, she's married, but her husband's not here, you know. And whenever she graduated with her associates, like, this was like so inspirational to me, because it was like Mother's Day when she was graduating. It was back in May of like my niece is 5, so like 5 years ago, or she's gonna be 4 this year, so 4 years ago. And they were like, okay, stand up if you're a mom, like, oh, thank you for all the moms, and like stand up if you worked a part-time job while going to school and like you're a mom. And she stood up, and then they're like, okay, well, stand up if you worked a full-time job while like being a mom and going to school. And like, she was like one of the few that were left standing, and I'm just like, that was so like,
yeah, you're a badass.
Yes, like she really like she got it done, like with 2 kids, one in daycare, the other one my mom would watch. Like, she was working full-time at a bank as a teller, and they were working for like my brother-in-law's like stuff like that they were trying to get together, and she did it. Like, she graduated with it.
Yeah,
so
that's freaking amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, women, we're super women, guys.
Yes, we are. Yeah. Yes, we are.
It's awesome. See, we love you, ladies. I think that's why I say I love women, period, because I feel like women
we just get shit done.
Yes,
girl.
We get shit done mentally. Shit done. I feel like we are
and
strong.
then how you said, like, I don't tell them, like, I don't tell my sister this because I know I'm gonna freaking cry, dude.
Sometimes you have to, though.
Yeah.
You never know what it would do for that woman. Like, you know how there's that thing on Instagram or all social media where it says like you don't know, like, but like people you don't know are cheering for you.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like sometimes just telling people like you're proud of them really does go a long way.
It really does, yeah. Because you just feel like maybe like everything's going to shit in your life, and then someone,
and you're like, somebody's looking up to me.
Yeah, and someone's like, I see you, I see all the like shit you're doing. You're doing. Yeah. I see how you're still fucking fighting, and like, you're gonna come out on top at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But yeah, women, shout out to Women's Month. We'll be doing this every episode, so we'll get some tissues.
I know, the tissues are over there. I was like, how do I reach them?
But just closing off this episode, what do you want people to take from it? From you?
From me, I would just say, like, believe in yourself for sure. because it took me a minute to get there, to believe in myself. And now that I do, like, I don't know why, like, for me, I always feel like I have to fucking hit rock bottom in order to get back up. Like, it just always fucking happens. I don't know why, but
because you have to prove it to yourself.
Yeah, I guess I do, right? So for people, I just tell people, you know, just believe in yourself. Give yourself those affirmations, like you're doing shit, you know. So, they could just believe in themselves, because
that's a good one.
There's definitely light at the end of the tunnel. As long as you keep pushing. Might be a long ass dark tunnel, but there's a light out there.
It might be a tiny little light, but it's gonna get bigger.
It's coming.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming. We're very happy you came.
Yes, we appreciate you for
thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.
I was really nervous at first.
No, you did great. You can't even tell.
Okay. I know.
Yeah.
I know, like, when you had reached out the very first time, I was like, oh, fuck that. I don't know how to speak. But then I saw, like, oh, you're just having a conversation. Cool. So, I can do that.
Yeah, like, we have girls that'll send us messages and they're like, I love having you on my TV. I feel like I'm in the room, like, chismeando with you or something. So... yeah, I feel like we've gotten better with guests too.
Oh yeah,
like from when we had our first guest back in January, like we're more organized and more.
The transitioning got better too.
Yeah,
that's how it is.
Yeah, you know. So I'm like, that's how we learn. Yeah,
through each episode, you can be like, oh, we could have done this here. Oh,
yeah. So I'm just like, I can't wait till it's finally like, okay, like we got it.
Girl, on them reels, they're hard to make.
Yeah, go on InShot.
What?
I do
InShot?
I do all of my videos on InShot. It's an app.
Okay, I
gotta look that up.
It has a lot of transitions there. I mean, you can do that on TikTok too, but
but when we tried on TikTok and like when we kind of try to expand it, like it looks blurry.
Try maybe now with the 4K, but
maybe it'll look better. Yeah, so every episode we do learn like.
Oh yeah, if you go down on our Instagram, the videos are like blurry. And then if you go more up, like they look so much better.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
But all right, guys, thank y'all for tuning in this week. We hope y'all really liked this episode. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, everything.
And follow.
Follow
Whydott too.
Yes, Whydott. We're going to leave all her information and we'll leave your students' information on there too. If you want to just send us her little @
Yes, I think it said hello.
And we'll go ahead and do that.
I gotta say it right.
Okay.
I know it. Literally, we talk all the time, and I'm just like, why is it not coming up to my mind? Let me just shout it out. Jelly Halo Gorgeous Baby.
Okay.
It's like BB, actually. It's like BB at the end.
Okay. We'll add it on below, too.
Yeah, we'll add it on there. Yeah. But thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Have a good weekend. Bye.